How's it going, everybody? We are here today, or tonight, or whenever you're listening, for the Guru Nation podcast, episode 2 of this season, our mock draft episode, our first mock draft episode of the year. It's going to be a 12-man PPR league, regular lineup, and we're going to be doing it here with several loyal members of the Guru Nation community, including my co-host sitting right next to me here, Josh. How's it going, man?
It's going great. I am ready and excited for an amazing mock draft episodes. These are always one of my favorite episodes to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
I am hype. I'm ready to roll. Normally I do these on Mondays. Some of my people are like, Carl, we're doing it on Friday. Well, let's do it. Well, y'all can listen anytime. This one's going to be up for whenever. So we're doing this thing here tonight and going to get it going here. We got the draft board up for y'all on Sleeper. My man Josh is going to start us off with the first overall pick, sir. And I have pick 12. And so without further ado, let's begin this thing.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, and we'll have it here, and we'll get our screen in full. So let's do it.
For the first pick of the draft, I know a lot of people are going Christian McCaffrey, and I can't blame them. All right, I love Christian McCaffrey. He's amazing. You know what you're going to get out of him every year. Am I worried about a little bit of regression? Yeah, but not that much. But for me personally, I think for my number one this year, my number one guy is going to be Saquon Barkley. To me, he is the most talented running back in the league. I know a lot of people were scared about his little his injuries last year. I understand that. I think he's fully good to go, and he's on a better offense this year. I think he's got something to prove, and he's going to shine.
Cool deal. I can respect it. I mean, I would rather CMC just because I feel like he's going to get more of that passing volume. And as far as a runner, I agree Saquon's a little better. However, I feel like CMC is going to get enough rushing volume to still be that number one. And his receiving is just going to be absolutely through the roof once again. He will have some regression. I feel like they'll be really close to like this. Like, it'll be kind of back and forth all year. But I just can't bet against my man Christian McCaffrey. I mean, I just can't do that. And then we've got, and of course CMC was followed up by our man Chad Hance at pick 2. And then pick 3, Ezekiel Elliott, which I agree with. But Josh, we were talking off air, and you were telling me that you were feeling Alvin Kamara at pick 3.
Yeah, so here's the deal. I love Zeke. I've loved Zeke since the moment he stepped in the league. I've been a big Zeke truther. I've picked him early in every single draft that I pick every year that he's been in the league because I still think he's an amazing talent. And of course, he's always been running behind that really good offensive line. What I didn't like last year, the trend that I saw where they started giving him the ball a whole lot less and they started letting Dak throw the ball a whole lot more. That it seems like that's a trend that they want to continue going with. And it just scares me. It scares me away from Zeke. I didn't like the play calling last year with the new offensive coordinator. It was a whole lot of passes, and then it was just a lot of straight runs up the middle. And, I mean, as much as I love Zeke, what do you expect him to do with that? You know what I'm saying? So until I see a change on that, I'm going to kind of fade him just a little bit. I would have picked him at 4. Honestly, he's either my 4 or 5, and I'm fine with having him there. But Alvin Kamara, I knew he was playing hurt last year. I didn't realize how hurt he was playing and for how long of a stretch he was doing it. And he still finished as the top 10 running back. I mean, the guy is phenomenal. He's fully healthy this year, ready to go. Of course, he's in that Saints offense where you know he's going to get a whole lot of touches and a whole lot of touches near the goal line because he's a touchdown machine. I think we see touchdown progression this year again, and I think he goes right back to being a top 3 running back.
Indeed. I have him actually as my RB4, one slot ahead of Dalvin Cook, who went ahead of him in this mock. Let's see here. Man, Clyde Edwards-Helaire going ridiculously high in my book here. Pick 7 and another reach, man. Miles Sanders at pick 9. Really like the Jacobs pick here at pick 8 and, of course, Kamara at pick 6. But I don't know about you, Josh, but to me, Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Miles Sanders should not be going this high. And I'm a Clyde truther. I'm all in with Clyde this year, but not in the middle of the first round.
No, and look, if I'm wrong about that one, I will gladly be wrong about it because I love Clyde. He's an LSU boy. I love him. And look, he is in probably one of the best situations, if not the best besides the Ravens, that you could possibly be drafted into. And we know he's taking first-team reps. I just saw that this morning. We know he's going to get a whole lot of touches. I just need to see it first. Like, why are we just all of a sudden assuming that this guy is going to be a top 10 running back right off the bat? I don't know. I need to see it a little bit first. And if that means that I don't have him on any teams this year,
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, maybe top 10 for sure. He could definitely crack that, but top 6, I don't see that happening. That's a huge reach to me. And our guy right here, JP. He is known for making really bold picks. And also shout out to our guys from the Breaking the Bank Experts League that hopped in here. Run out the clock here at pick 5. Piggy Bank Picks here at pick 10. Oh, yeah, FF4U at pick 9. And then Limelight at pick 11. And I'm on the clock here at pick 12. Let's see what is left here.
Unfortunately, I think Piggy just auto-picked. I'm not sure if he made it in just quite
yet.
Yeah,
hopefully he can make it.
Hopefully so.
Yeah, and I think actually the both autos were receivers, Mike Thomas and Devontae Adams. That's fitting because everybody else is going running backs. And I think I'm going to have to do the same here, y'all. I'm going to have to go with Thunder and Lightning, go with Derrick Henry and Austin Eckler. Nice Thunder and Lightning 1-2 punch.
Look, I love me some Austin Eckler, man. That's a great pick right there. I would take that all day. Derrick Henry, I love the guy. I am a little worried about some possible regression this year. Not his fault, though. The guy's a hard worker. He's young. He's a really good runner. I just have a feeling that they're going to be really stacking the box this year. I'm talking 8, possibly 9 guys in the box. They're going to make Ryan Tannehill beat him. That's what I would do.
Well, I remember from our podcast. I remember from our podcast, you didn't put much respect on Ryan Tannehill's name.
Nope.
You did not like him at all. But I feel like this. I feel like Tannehill, while he's not going to do as well as he did down the stretch last year, I still think they'll have to respect him enough to where they won't be able to stack the box against Henry, especially with A.J. Brown and company. Jonnu Smith emerging. That offense is not bad. And I think Derrick Henry is going to be able to rumble along and have a solid year this year. Maybe not lead the league in rushing, but I definitely think he'll run for 1,500 plus yards again. I mean, this dude is a workhorse.
I'm going to say this. I would much rather lose to Ryan Tannehill throwing the ball 25 plus times than to Derrick Henry running the ball 25 plus times. That's how I would go. So, yeah, auto pick is going to hurt Piggy, man.
I know, auto screwed. Yeah, Devontae, Tyreek Hill. Yeah, unfortunately, Piggy. I know he's a busy man, unfortunately. Couldn't make it. Now, well, hopefully he can make it later and salvage his draft. But, yeah, Limelight did the same thing as I did back-to-back running backs at pick 11. That was smart. Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb. I'm not a big Mixon fan, but at least he got Chubb, so I trust him a little more. But overall, that's a solid duo. I like my duo better, though. Thunder and Lightning, Henry and Eckler. Man, I am so glad the way this draft's going.
I like your combo a little better, too. I really think Austin Eckler, I think he's being undervalued.
I know, right? Especially in PPR. I mean, I think he's going to be just fine. People's like, oh, well, Phillip Rivers is going. Well, who else are they going to throw to? They're going to have to check down. I mean, whether it's Tyrod Taylor or Justin Herbert. Eckler, I still think he's going to catch at least 70. I think 80-plus balls. I mean, I don't know if he'll get to 90, but he'll definitely get 70 to 80. Then another running back combo from FF4U, Miles Sanders and Kenyon Drake. This one I'm not really feeling, though, because I feel like both of these guys have a lot of risk. Neither one are proven workhorses. And I don't know. I wouldn't mind having one of those guys in my 1-2 punch, but definitely not both of them. That makes me nervous. And then we have Julio and D Hop, solid value there for both of them in the middle of round 2. And then Aaron Jones, I know that's one of your guys, Josh. Aaron Jones, insane. Alvin Kamara, Post Maloney. I'm sure you're really liking his start.
An excellent start for the. Oh my goodness!
I agree. Yeah, I agree. That is a really good start.
You honestly can't get much better than that. That's crazy.
I know, right? Yeah. Let's see on the board here. Aaron Jones was the. How many running backs in pick 8, 9, 10?
That's the best first 2 picks.
He's RB14. Kamara went RB5. Jones went RB14. Yeah, absolutely great value there. And we actually have a guy in this draft called Value Town. He might have to give up his name to Post Maloney here at pick 6, because he's definitely capitalizing on value.
So how do you go down on here?
And let's see, we got Chris Godwin here that just got picked by Run Out the Clock. That's a solid pick as well. Him and Dalvin Cook, a good duo. And our man Zach on the clock now. Hopefully he can hop in. Let's see the board here. The running backs are already getting paper thin as far as like guys that I trust. I mean, they have guys obviously, but I mean, it's just guys like, I mean, you're getting into like Gurley, Connor, Lev Bell, guys that I just don't feel comfortable taking anywhere near round 2. Even round 3 they make me nervous.
So I apologize, this is my first time doing this on the actual computer. I normally do on the phone. How do you actually scroll down to see?
If you don't have a mouse like I do, it's gonna be hell. Just a warning. So if I just go look at the list, and if there's somebody you don't see there that you like, just type their name in. Because it's scrolling on a touchpad on Sleeper. Sleeper is not compatible to touchpads. I had to learn that the hard way. during an episode I did with Clock, and also I think our War Room draft. I think I was on a touchpad, and I was just like, it was annoying AF. So.
Hey, how do you feel about Travis Kelce? This is around where
Travis Kelce just goes here. I think it may have been an auto pick, but I mean, a lot of times he'll go that high, and I don't really agree with it though. I feel like him and Kittle, as good as they are, I wouldn't touch them till like the beginning of round 3. Like I don't know, round 2, like 2.9 there. I'd rather go with either like a decent running back like Fournette or somebody like that, or I'm trying to think who else. Probably like Fournette. That's like the perfect range for him. I feel like I'd rather go with someone like that because I feel like Kelce. It's just, I mean, yeah, he's really good, but he's a tight end, and I don't know. He's getting a little bit old. I mean, he's really consistent. It's not bad value. I just feel like I'd rather with someone with a little bit more upside, like Kenny Galladay, for example. He went there at 3.1 to you. You grabbed Galladay and Chris Carson. Wow, that was pretty bold, man. That's a pretty high range for him. Normally, I got him in a couple of industry leagues. Granted, they were super flex. So he did slip some because of all the quarterbacks going on. But I got to cut him in a couple of industry leagues in the middle of round 4, which I thought was an absolute steal.
Well, here's the deal. I agree with that. But I absolutely do not think that he was going to make it back to me. And
there's no way he would have.
And
he would have gone probably at the end of round 3. I would have grabbed him at this turn.
So the list of top running backs right now, I'm looking at Gurley, Bell, David Johnson, Melvin Gordon, Jonathan Taylor. That's the top 5 that I'm looking at right now besides Chris Carson. Gurley, we're already seeing Gurley dealing with some injury problems. Surprise, surprise. Le'Veon Bell, I don't trust him at all with the Jets. David Johnson, maybe. I actually kind of like David Johnson. He's intriguing to me, but I'm going to go with Chris Carson as a safer bet.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually do like Melvin Gordon. But I kind of like Chris Carson a little bit more because I know that he has solidified his role in that offense, and we all know Pete Carroll wants to be a run-heavy offense. So
for sure,
I'm perfectly okay with taking him right there, especially knowing that I can get a top wide receiver right there. I got 2 running backs solidified and a top wide receiver. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, you're off to a good start, man. I personally would have probably gone Melvin. I really like the Fournette pick. You got sniped there in my book. I don't know about you. I would have definitely gone Saquon Fournette. I actually have that duo in our War Room League, and I feel like that's a lethal duo.
I would have thought about it.
And but yeah, I would have considered Fournette, and of course Carson and Melvin Gordon. I feel like would be good there. I just feel like Lev Bell way too high. Connor, it's way too high. Connor just went here at 3.2. I love Chad's first 2, but Connor at 3.2 scares me. I would have personally gone Kittle or Mahomes there over Connor because he's already got 2 running backs. Might as well keep stacking the deck and get you like an elite tight end or elite QB. These are Mahomes and Kittle are my QB1 and TE1. Having one of them with this duo, oh man, I would have loved that.
Now I will be honest. I thought about taking Carson and Gordon right there and starting off kind of like our second pick did.
Yeah, like a 3-headed monster running back. That wouldn't have been bad. I mean, yeah, Kenny G, though. I mean, he's such a stud. I can't blame him.
Honestly, if Kenny G wouldn't have been there,
top 5 wide receiver potential.
If Kenny G wouldn't have been there, I would have done it. But because he's one of my favorite wide receiver prospects this year. And I feel like he's going to be that way for a while. So I just kind of had to do it. But, I love my running back. So it kind of hurt to have to not be able to pick 3 running backs there. But it's all good.
Yep. Up and Post is continuing the running back train. He gets Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Todd Gurley. I mean, I don't mind it, but I'm not a huge Gurley fan. It's not bad value, but like I would have probably gone with Mike Evans there. I mean, because you have these 2 studs.
Yeah, I agree.
And he could get you an ace receiver there. Like it just Gurley. I just feel like it's too much risk.
Or even to your point, get Melvin Gordon there. If you're gonna pick a third
exactly, yeah. Melvin Gordon's slipping surprisingly far in this mock. Good thing our man clock management isn't here. He'd have been long gone. But yeah. I know, right? Yeah, I might be able to do a 3-headed monster type thing. Let's see. Piggy Bank is on. Oh, here he is. Piggy's got a green dot. I think he's here. Let's see what Piggy's gonna do. Yeah,
he's definitely good.
Yeah, I was about to say he's gonna be like that's good value. He's gonna snag MG.
He's just gonna take a run.
Oh, he goes Juju. Yes. Wow. Oh. And let's see if Limelight's gonna do the 3-headed monster approach.
Oh, yikes.
I'm gonna have to see what's up at receiver here.
I'm not dreaming right now, right? He really did just take Juju.
Yeah, I don't mind Juju.
But
he could have gotten Juju right here at the 4-3. I feel like.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I'm gonna have to continue this. I'm gonna have to. I've never do this usually. I never usually do the three-headed monster approach at running back, but I'm gonna have to do it here, y'all. I'm going Melvin Gordon because he would. I thought he would have been long gone, but I feel like at 312 he's a great value.
That's incredible.
So we're gonna do four-headed stack of Montgomery.
Hey, you'd have a clear positional advantage. I'll say.
Right? Yeah. No thanks for that. I like Montgomery this year, but we've still got a really good receiver on the board in my book, and DJ Moore, who I think is going to be a WR1 this year. So let's secure him and get our receiving core going.
Ooh, you're off to a really good start.
I know, man. This draft is flowing in my favor. I gotta say, man, that core four: Henry, Eckler, Gordon, and DJ Moore. Yes, I am so happy. I wish this was a real league.
Yeah, that's.
I really do. I genuinely do. We should have made us a money league. Live a podcast mock for money, or not money. We could have done. We could do a real draft podcast at some point.
Hey.
Maybe we could. Maybe we could for our OG followers league possibly. Yeah, we'll have to see. Stay tuned for that, y'all. Stay tuned. If we decide to do it. But yeah, Limelight's up. He goes Cooper Kupp at 311. I like Kupp this year, but I mean, I personally would have gone DJ Moore. I mean, Kupp's good, but I mean, Robert Woods is a target hog there as well. So I just, I don't. I mean,
hey, I would have absolutely picked Cooper Kupp before I picked DJ Moore. And
really?
I love DJ Moore.
All right. Let's debate. Why Kupp over DJ Moore?
Well, once again, we know that Kupp already has extreme chemistry with his quarterback. He's been playing with him for years.
Yeah, he's been a stud. Yeah.
He's been absolute stud. There's
Biggie grabs his running back there.
There's no reason to think he's not going to be. Now, as much as I love DJ Moore, I really do. I'm still high on DJ Moore, but we still have to see if he's going to have really good chemistry with Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, I think he will.
Now, I think he will too. Because,
I mean, look what he's had to worry for. Cam Newton and Kyle Allen.
Exactly. And that's what I was about to say. If he can go from Kyle Allen and putting up points, he can do it with Teddy Bridgewater.
Right.
But there again, Cooper Kupp, we know for sure that Cooper Kupp, it's a safer pick. We know for sure Cooper Kupp has extreme chemistry with his quarterback. We know he's going to put up crazy good numbers consistently because he's done it for years and years and years.
Oh, I agree.
That's why. Now, if this was a keeper league, then maybe I would lean a little bit towards DJ because he's a little bit younger and he's going to keep getting better and better. The kid's going to be an absolute stud. But, no, I can't blame somebody for taking Cooper Kupp at all.
I got you. I just, the only concern with Kupp is, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a concern. I think he'll go back to his normal role. But down the stretch last year, he kind of became like the third banana on the offense. Robert Woods and Tyler Higbee were outpacing him. But, I mean, yeah, he was still putting up points. And I think he'll go back to being that second banana over Higbee. As much as I like Higbee, I don't think he's going to outproduce Cooper Kupp this year.
No, definitely not. No, Cooper Kupp was still really good, still consistent. I mean, I think he had a touchdown in his last 5 or 6 games. I mean, that's crazy. You can't beat that, man. He's too good. He's such an exceptional route runner. You give me an exceptional route runner all day. I love him. He's just so good, man. I've never had him, and I'm hoping to have him in at least one league this year because I've never had the benefits of being able to root for Cooper Kupp. I've always had to root against him, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. So. Yeah, he's someone that you definitely want to be rooting for because he's a stud. Round 4 is beginning. Let's recap round 4 here. We were getting in our Cooper Kupp versus DJ Moore debate. A lot of picks have been made here. Amari Cooper, David Montgomery, Calvin Ridley, A.J. Brown. Loved both of those picks. I loved Ridley and Brown this year, especially at that range, middle of round 4. Mark Ingram went. Adam Thielen went. Odell Beckham and Robert Woods, so all solid
Robert
picks. I feel like
Robert Woods got auto picked, and that stinks, man. Because
he may have made it to you. I know you would have grabbed him at 412. Yeah, I feel like end of round 4 is a good price point for Robert Woods.
There goes Jonathan Taylor. He's been creeping up the draft.
I know, right?
So
yeah, Value
fast.
Town snagged him. Yeah,
goodness.
I know. He makes me nervous though, because I mean that committee there in Indianapolis. I think by the second half of the year he'll be rolling, but. The first half, I mean, that's going to kill you. Yeah, you're going to have to wait for that RB2. And then what if your depth is like a bunch of crap? I mean, we'll see what Value does as far as his depth. But, I mean, if he doesn't secure good depth, he could be in trouble.
I agree. Yeah, I don't like how far Jonathan Taylor's going to. Because where he was originally getting drafted around that 6 to 7 range, I was loving him there. And I was picking him in a few drafts. But now where he's at, man, it just, his value is just dropping. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't DK Metcalf goes here 411, and you, sir, are on
the
clock.
I have a tough pick between Tyler Lockett and Keenan Allen here. I know Tyler Lockett's chemistry with Russ, But Keenan Allen he's the superior wide receiver. It is what it is. He always has been. But he's got a new quarterback, and no matter what quarterback is going to be in the starting lineup or even second half of the year, whatever, it's going to be a new quarterback, and that kind of worries me. But Tyler Lockett has been very boomer bust, and he was last year.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster, man. They've got to me some better options on the table than Lockett.
So I am going to go ahead and take Keenan.
Okay. Not bad. I probably would have gone in a different direction, but I can't really complain. I mean, you know what you're getting with Keenan. Even with the QB change, I think he'll still be a solid WR2. And okay, Kareem Hunt is in to start off the fifth. Yeah, that's solid, man. I can respect it. I'm not a huge Hunt believer this year. I don't think he should be going like in the fourth, but I definitely think the fifth round's a good price range for him, especially considering he's going to rack up the catches.
Yep.
I think Baker, I mean, he's going to have to be checked down Charlie a decent amount because, I mean, it's a run-first offense. They're going to be Stefanski's going to preach ball control the clock. I don't think Baker's going to be airing it out too much. I think he's going to do a lot of dinking and dunking, and that's why I think I got like Hunt, Jarvis, Landry. Like, I think they're going to eat, and Hunt, I think, in round 5 is good because he'll be a flex, like, a lot of weeks, even with Chubb. And then in the off chance something would happen to Chubb, immediate RB1.
Right.
So, like,
exactly.
I like him in round 5. That's a good price point. Round 4, I think, is too high. And he never makes it to round 6 anymore. I used to like him in round 6, but if I'm being real now, it's like, if I'm going to get Hunt on my team, I have to take him in round 5.
I mean, to me, he's definitely better than any other running back that was there at that position. I mean, at this point.
Yes.
So you telling me if I would have picked him at 412? At 412
would have guys that I would have maybe rathered a couple here on the board, but I mean, honestly, I can't really argue with it too much. I mean, I personally would rather either Devin Singletary or DeAndre Swift, but I mean... it's a preference thing. You can definitely make a case for Kareem Hunt because I feel like there's going to be a decent amount of weeks where Hunt just doesn't really do all that much. I think he'll do well mostly.
I give you a little nod with DeAndre Swift, even though I'm still very wary about taking any running back that goes into that system. I do know he's extremely talented. He could break the curse, but then again, we were saying Kerryon Johnson was going to break the curse, and he was.
Goodness, what a disaster that was.
He looked like he was going to, but he just kept getting hurt, and I just don't want to. I don't want to take anybody that goes into that system. Not yet. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I think Swift could definitely break the curse, though. I really do. I mean, if this was live, I wouldn't be name dropping guys like this because everyone would know about me. But I mean, this is a podcast for you guys here listening. So, yeah, Swift, though, definitely in this range. He still hadn't gone yet. But if you're drafting in the middle of the 5th round and DeAndre Swift's still on the board, definitely think about snagging him. I mean, I think he's going to do really well this year because Detroit has a very underrated offense, in my opinion. And there he goes, round 5. Man, are they listening to him on us, Josh?
That might be. You never know.
Yeah, JP, man. Yeah, he might be stalking us.
You had to assume he was going to go. Yeah, this round for sure.
For sure, yep. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I think he's gonna break the curse because I mean I brought that up on the radio the other day and they were like, Detroit, they're just so bad. Like they wouldn't even listen to me. They wouldn't even hear me. I was like, why? It's like, it's Detroit. It's the Lions. They're like, what? It's the Lions. I'm like, well,
I mean, it's hard to argue.
People used to say that about the Saints. Like he's like, it's the Saints, and look at them now. I'm not saying the Lions are primed for a turnaround of that degree, but I definitely feel like on the offensive end that they're going to be a very slept-on team, and I think as a result, Swift's going to have a really nice rookie season.
Yeah, it's hard for me to like even argue that point, even though it's a simple point, just continuing to say it's Detroit. They have a point. It is Detroit. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh, man. Gotta open your mind, people. I mean, I know it's Detroit, but damn.
Yeah.
It's fantasy, too. Like, I'm not just saying Detroit's going to the Super Bowl, but, I mean, they could put out some fantasy value. So we're scanning the board here. I'm on the clock. I think here I'm going to have to go with my man Cortland Sutton.
This is a really good value pick for him right now.
I mean, I feel like 5-12. Him and DJ Moore is a really good duo. And then we got some running backs here. We could go with another running back, but I'm liking my 3-headed monster. So with my 3-headed monster secured, I think we're gonna go splurge here and grab our QB in my man Kyler Murray.
You love you some Kyler Murray.
Kyle this year. I'm all in on Kyler this year. I'm going all in because I feel like he's got the most upside out of any quarterback in this range. Because you see here, the top two, Lamar, Mahomes, and there's a huge drop off. I feel like Dak's solid, and you have Russell and Deshaun Watson will be following here shortly, I'm sure. But I mean, Kyler Murray, I feel like it just has the highest ceiling by far out of any of these guys. If he hits his ceiling, he could be right up there with those two. He could be right up there with Lamar and Mahomes. I mean, and I just feel like here in round 6, we got our three-headed monster secured, got 2 solid receivers. I feel like, why not? You know, it had the chance. I mean, a lot of times I would have gone James White there. And I like James White this year for PPR. Could have gone with him as depth. A lot of people would have been like, oh, that would have been the smart move. But I feel like this, I mean, with these 3, I'm set at running back. I mean, I know there's a chance of injury, but I mean, yeah, let's say the draft would have broken different. We'd had, like, let's say 3 receivers here instead, or like let's say one of Mahomes or Kittle would have fallen. I could have had that. Like, I don't know. Then I would have gone White here, but I mean, just the draft flow. Y'all got to go with the flow of the draft. And I feel like the way the draft was flowing, the tight ends, Andrews and Ertz that normally go around here were going. The way the draft was flowing, I felt like it was a perfect range to grab Kyler, and this is exactly where we grabbed him in the Throne League, in which I picked 12th. I have 3 of the 6 from the Throne. I have Eckler, Gordon, and Kyler.
Yep. I think your only difference was I think you picked.
Oh, we had D-Hop and A.J. Brown and who else? D-Hop, A.J. Brown. There was a third. I can't remember at the moment. Oh, it was Swift, actually. It was Swift.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. So we had our three-headed monster there was Eckler, Gordon, and Swift. But honestly, as much as I like Swift, I feel much more comfortable with Henry, Eckler, and Gordon. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yep. And so
and that's the thing. That's what I was saying the other day was. The wide receiver value is so high. Like, you still ended up with DJ Moore and Courtland Sutton. That's
right. Yeah, that's two really good receivers. I feel like 2 of my favorite breakout receivers.
Don't be shy to go through running backs.
I would love this for
Absolutely.
dynasty. Yeah. I mean, this 3-headed monster here is so good because you're set at running back, and you can kind of like let the receivers fall to you. And if you want, you can even splurge and take a quarterback in round 6 and not feel bad about it. Because a lot of times you reach on a quarterback and you're like, well, my running backs are gonna suck. Well, I got mine aren't. I'm good. This draft has flown really well for me, I'd say. Anyway, had Dak right after, James White, good value, Ronald Jones, ooh, that makes me a little nervous, Devontae Parker, good value, J.K. Dobbins, good value, and then there we go, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, figured those QBs were going to go there. Yep, and now there's because there's a tier break, I feel like, after the top 6, because, I mean, like guys like Josh Allen, Drew Brees, like, I mean, they're solid, but I mean, they're not, I don't think, gonna quite be up there with these top 6. And so as a result, they'll probably go in like the 7th or 8th. So there's gonna be a lot of skill guys fly off the board here. I'm hoping to get some somewhat okay running back depth for my 3-headed monster, but it's gonna be tough because I mean, skill guys are about to start flying off the board, I feel like, and rightfully so. Because I mean, with the tier break at quarterback and then tight end after these top 4, I honestly don't see the need to go tight end in round 6 or 7. If you don't get one of the big 4 at tight end, I'd wait until like the 9th or 10th round.
If Ertz would have made it back to me, I would have snagged Ertz here and Russell Wilson, him too.
Right. Ertz normally doesn't make it back. Russell Wilson sometimes does. Like sometimes one of those 6 will fall. But yeah, man, I guess you'll have to. I mean, do you? But it's full, and you'll probably have to go running back, receiver, or maybe back-to-back receiver.
That's what I'm doing. It's gonna be unless one of them gets sniped right here. It's gonna be. I have a running back and a receiver that I'm already planning on picking. Well, I can actually say it now. So I'm actually planning on going Matt Breida here. He's one of my, I wouldn't call him a sleeper this year, but I really like his situation. I know he does have Jordan Howard, who's going to probably get a lot of those goal line touches, but Matt Breida is a playmaker, man, and he's so dangerous that at any moment he can take a 170 yards to the house.
I hope he doesn't get picked here.
Even if he does, I'm perfectly fine with taking someone like Jordan Howard or Tariq Cohen.
Tariq Cohen. I could maybe do Howard here, but Cohen, I feel like Montgomery's going to be on the field too much for Cohen to be worth it here.
It's going to be an auto pick, so I doubt it's going to be Breida, but it might be Howard. Oh, it's going to be T.Y.
That worked out for you. I don't know about you, man, but I'm staying far away from T.Y. Hilton this year.
And I love T.Y.
Too much soft tissue.
And then I'm going to go with Jarvis.
I love that pick.
Jarvis is the model of
Give me some Jarvis,
Oh, absolutely.
Man. I love it.
He's the model of consistency. I love him so much, especially here at the 7th round.
Yep, great value.
Give me that all day long.
Value.
And then maybe when it comes back to me, I'll think about quarterback, tight end, but
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty set here. I mean, you got 3 solid receivers.
And
I mean, and you
backs.
got. I like your start, man. I gotta see. I mean, I was gonna say I thought the Carson pick was a little high, but I see what you're doing here. I like Breida's depth. I feel like Breida's getting pretty slept on this year. I think he could make a big impact in that Miami backfield, and we've got Jarvis. I mean, that's good, man. I'm on board with it. Let's see what. Hopefully, Chad can come back here. I'm not sure. But, yeah, we can recap the rest here. We had the 2 quarterbacks. They had Marlon Mack. I don't know about you, man, but that was a huge reach. I think that may have been an auto, but, yeah, that was ridiculous. I know it's a
definitely
committee.
Was. His whole team is auto pick.
Yeah,
His entire team.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Which he actually got lucky to get auto pick Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, stack. Let's see. We had Stephon Diggs by Value Town. That's pretty good value, I'd say, at the end of the 6th. Tyler Boyd. Yeah, I got to say, in Value Town did a bold strategy. He waited until around 6 and 7 to take wide receivers, and he ended up with good values with Diggs and Tyler Boyd. So gotta tip my hat to, I don't even know who this is, Value Town, but whoever you are, you're off to a good start, man. He did an unconventional thing by going quarterback tight end in rounds 2 and 3, but it ended up paying off because, I mean, his running back trio isn't that bad, and then he's got a solid receiver duo despite waiting until round 6 to draft one.
Yep. Yeah, I don't mind these two at all.
See. We can he's been in auto for all that. We can just skip him. But he gave him Tariq Cohen.
Especially since we
were just talking about Cohen. I just don't think Cohen's going to see the field enough. Jordan Howard goes. That's a good pick, I feel like. I'm not a huge Howard fan. I feel like Howard and Breida, that's like flipping a coin. I feel like they're both pretty good values here at the end of the 6th, early 7th.
Well, Howard's going to give you the touchdowns. Breida's going to give you the catches, and he's going to give you the yards.
Yeah, the only thing with Breida, it's like, yeah, he is pretty injury prone. He's always banged up. But hopefully he'll see more of involvement in the passing game with Miami, and if so, I think he'll be really good while he's on the field.
I also thought about possibly going Antonio Gibson.
Antonio Gibson around 7. Yeah, that's kind of high. I mean, I'd have rather him, like, I was hoping maybe get him at this 7-8 turn, but he's going a lot higher now with the Darius Geis news.
I don't know, man. The thing with Washington is kind of how I feel about Detroit too. It's just not a place where people are productive.
Yeah, cursed team. Yeah, Fantasy Couch talks about that. Shout out to our man, the Couch. Yeah, he talks about just certain franchises he stays away from. I think the two he harps on the most are Detroit and Washington.
Yeah. I think the absolute only player I would want on Washington this year, and I don't even draft him because I don't like how high he's going, is Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, Scary Terry. Yeah, he just went here in the was it the 6th or the the 5th.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the 5th. He's going too high. I mean, him and Hollywood Brown, I feel like are going way too high. I'd rather Sutton any day over either one of those two, or Tyler Lockett. I mean, Sutton to me was a highway robbery here. I don't know why people are sleeping on him.
I will defend Marquise Brown a little bit. Marquise Brown played with an injury. He played with a hurt foot. I think he had like screws in his foot all year last year or something ridiculous like that. And he was still decently productive. He was a little hit or miss. But, man, this year, don't be surprised if that kid just absolutely explodes, man. He's actually one of my, if you want to call it a sleeper. I normally get him as like my 4th wide receiver. And, man, I'm completely happy with having him there because he could absolutely blow up this year and be a solid wide receiver 2, pushing on that under wide receiver 1 category. He watch out for him.
I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah, I'm trying to see here. Do we get some running back depth going here, or do we got to get another receiver? I'd say. I'm kind of torn here on what to do because they have some guys. Oh, I don't want to do this, but I think I'm gonna. I mean, I think he could bounce back this year, and I feel like the value's good here. AJ Green. I feel like he's gonna be good. So I think, I don't know. I'm not confident about it, but I feel like if it works out, and I'm confident more in Sutton, and I feel like if Green would stay healthy, he'll be really, really solid. And then here, what to do? I'm really torn on this pick because I'd like to go with an upside receiver here, and then fill out the depth later. But I feel like if I wait on running back depth, there's going to be absolutely nobody left to draft. And so it's really thin. And so, oh man, this is kind of, I'm conflicted here on what to do. I think we'll just go with a safe, solid vet in Tevin Coleman. I mean, it's not a sexy pick. I'm not that happy about it.
No.
But I mean, It's just, to me, there was just nothing else there, really. And I mean, Mostert to me at 5'3" was too high. I know they worked it out, but I still think Mostert, it's going to be a committee.
Absolutely.
And I feel like those two are going to, it's going to be kind of back and forth. I mean, actually, I have another thrown guy, I have Coleman. I think we took him at this point. I mean, I'm not like thrilled about it, but I mean, it's just, there wasn't really none of my, like, I was hoping for Gibson or maybe Howard or Breida. None of my guys fell that I liked there. And then same with the receivers. I normally like to go like Tyler Boyd or Jarvis if one of them slips through the cracks. But I mean, hey, I'm all right with AJ Green, and then we can get a young upside receiver here in rounds 9 or 10. Just in case AJ would go and get hurt like he's done, it seems like the past, I don't know how many years. Which is just weird, because it's weird how this draft has flowed, because I never find myself drafting AJ Green, because he's usually always gone at this point.
I mean, I will say, when it comes to AJ Green, to defend him a little bit, or defend where you picked him.
Yeah.
You're gonna have him on your bench to start the season. And
that's
okay.
another good point.
You know,
he'll be on my bench with this. He'll just be like good depth.
So it's one of those things where if he doesn't pan out, he sits on your bench and you plug him in bye weeks. If he does work out, hey.
Then you got a trade chip.
Then you got a trade chip.
because if he pops up, and that's actually a good point. That's a good. But that's what. But if this was a real league, I'd hope AJ would stay healthy to start the year, and then parlay him into something like a 2-for-1 deal and get some more quality depth.
Maybe,
and then if he goes and gets hurt, well, they are a tight end, because we haven't taken any tight ends in the top 8. Because my man Higbee went. I maybe would have considered Higbee there.
I knew you would take Higbee if he was still there.
But yeah, he's gone. He went. So I mean, So
I have a decision to make right here, because I do like Jared Cook. If Jared Cook makes it to me, he probably will be one of my 2 picks. And then I have to make a decision between getting a little bit more running back depth with Latavius Murray. Basically, he's one of those guys where he has a little bit of standalone value, but he wouldn't play for a while. I already have 4 running backs, but he's one of those things where if Kamara does get hurt again, oh man, you could easily either trade him or you can plug him in, bye weeks, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say, he was, I almost considered him at the 8.1, as crazy as it sounds. I mean, it really wouldn't have been bad value. I felt a little better about Tevin, because I mean, he's gonna get a decent chunk of the workload no matter what. I mean, Latavius probably won't get like a huge share unless something would happen to AK, which I don't think anything will. I mean, even in the Saints rotation, like, I mean, he's all right, but it's just like, I mean, Kamara is clearly the lead dog.
Right. Or I could go quarterback here. There's 2 guys that I would like, Josh Allen and Carson Wentz. I'm leaning a little bit more towards Josh Allen.
Right. I feel
especially with his new toy that he has with Stephon Diggs out there in Buffalo. I feel like he could have another step forward this year.
Yeah.
And I feel like by the time it would come back to me at quarterback, it would be really thin. And I really don't want to deal with that. So I'm probably going to end up, I don't know what's happening here. It looks like it's going to be another
it might be. So while he's about to order, let's recap what's happening. Yeah, Julian Edelman went. Then a big run of quarterbacks and tight ends. Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Tom Brady. All good values there, I felt like. And then Gronk and Ingram. Maybe Ingram. Ingram's not bad there. But Gronk, I feel like, was a reach. Could have waited on tight end. And Brandon Cooks, Debo Samuel, Deontay Johnson. Cooks and Deontay were good values. Debo, though, I mean, with the foot injury, I would have waited till the double-digit rounds, because there's a good chance Debo starts the year on the PUP. And then Aaron Rodgers was auto. Yeah, Debo, that was a reach for sure. Well, I think I may have been in auto, actually.
So
got auto.
Oh, yeah, it was.
And then Josh Allen and Jared Cook were by my man Josh here. Yeah, I like the Allen pick. Cook, though, and I mean, I'm a Saints fan, but I mean, Cook, I just don't know. I don't know if I'm confident in Cook that high in the draft. Maybe like double digits, I'm all in, but like round 9, I just don't know if I'm quite confident in it. I would have probably gone with another receiver there rather than a tight end.
So the thing about Jared Cook is when him and Drew were both on the field after Drew came back from his injury, Jared Cook was easily a top 10 tight end. Easily. They were
they had good chemistry.
Really good together.
They did have good chemistry.
I'm thinking with the entire year with them on the field together, at this point in the 9th round, I'll take that all day long, especially since I couldn't get one of those top tight ends. I'll take that because, look, after him, I mean, you're looking at Hunter Henry, maybe. Somebody gets hurt all the time. Noah Fant, I like him, but there's a lot of mouths to feed in Denver. Austin Hooper, we have no idea what's going to happen in Cleveland with all that. The next guy that I would have thought about would have been maybe a Mike Gesicki. I do like Mike Gesicki this year.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I do like Gesicki. I'm kind of hoping he falls here to this 9-10 turn.
But I really like Jared Cook a lot, and I like him a little bit more than Gesicki. So
yeah, those two are really close in my book. Those are really close. I probably would have gone to receiver and hoped one of the two made it to you there, because I think pretty much everybody has their tight end one. Yeah, everybody does now. I'm the only one that doesn't. And a lot of people don't take a backup tight end until rounds 11 to 12. Oh, and JP, yep. All right. Let's see, Madison in round 9. Ooh, he got this run out the clock. Was probably hoping for Madison there. That would have solidified his Dalvin Cook pick. Where now he's going to be in a scramble here, I would think. And we made the picks 30 seconds, kind of speed this thing up here because we were running a little long there with the minute timer. So we may put the pressure cooker on here in the second half of the draft. CD Lamb the pick. All right, I can respect it. I mean, I don't really like it, though, because of the target share. It's probably not going to be there. I feel like this Darius Slayton pick at 9.3 was a steal. I considered Darius Slayton right where I took A.J. Green. I was like, man, do I swing for the fences with Darius? But I was like, I don't know. I mean, I kind of wanted some sort of a veteran presence as receiver. I mean, I love DJ Moore and Cortland Sutton, but they're both still fairly young. I wanted some sort of veteran presence there because I'm almost certain I'm going to go young with a young receiver here in either round 9 or 10. And then Adrian Peterson goes. That's as a result of Darius Geis getting released.
So it's interesting. Run out the clock.
Hunter Henry. Okay, that was a good value actually. So JP's got his tight end.
Run out the clock just said he made a panic pick, and he was referring to
CD Lamb,
which I find interesting.
Yeah, because of the 30-second pressure.
Because I didn't like that pick. I didn't like that pick when you have guys like Emmanuel Sanders, Henry Ruggs, McCole Hardman, Jerry Jeudy, Christian Kirk. Those are all guys that I would take over CD Lamb this year. No disrespect to CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb is great, but that offense is just there's way too many targets to go around. I don't know. I don't like it, man. It just makes me uncomfortable. I feel like you'll have kind of a Michael Gallup last year's season.
There goes Hardman. Speaking of Hardman in 9-10, that was a good pick. Absolutely. I would have considered him at my pick. And there goes Zach Moss, and now I am up here on the clock. All right, decisions. Let's see what we're going to do here. All right, so we've got, let's see, do we secure our tight end? That would probably be wise, but I think I'm the only one now without a tight end, so I could just, in a way, kind of punt the position and wait, which is what I might do. Good. Because there is a guy I like here at running back. We can really stack the deck at running back. Let's get running backs here. I'm going to go with Keyshawn Vaughn, get that upside running back, and I got the pick in just in time as the pressure cooker's on. All right, so we got the young receivers here. Who do we go? Justin Jefferson's still there. I really like on Jets Jefferson. I like him this year. I like Henry Ruggs too. Who do we go with? I think Jets, though, is in a little better situation for success. So we're going to go with the rookie Justin Jefferson here in round 10 because I feel like he's in a perfect spot for success in Minnesota, because I mean Stephon Diggs is gone. That's a boatload of targets that became available, and he already showed he could be a target hog with LSU. So I mean, I think he's pro ready. I think he's going to make a huge impact as a rookie.
Yeah, it's very possible. I loved whenever he got selected by Minnesota, even though as a Saints fan, I really do not like Minnesota. But I couldn't deny that it was a very good landing spot for him, and he could absolutely have some immediate fantasy impact week 1. It's very possible. So that's a good pick.
I mean, I was torn between him and Henry Ruggs because the latest news has been very favorable toward Henry Ruggs. And there goes a kicker. Man, Piggy. I don't know what Piggy was doing there. We're going to get to defenses and kickers later, y'all. We're going to explain why we do not advise taking them anywhere in the draft, much less round 10. We almost put them there as like a trap because, I mean, honestly, I don't even consider them rounds 15 and 16. And unless the right ones are there, I'd punt the position and go receiver and running back. We'll talk more about that later. But, yeah, I took a couple rookies here. Keyshawn Vaughn, I feel like the value is too good to pass up because Shady McCoy is well over the hill. Rojo has a lot to prove. So if both of them crap the bed, which is very possible, Keyshawn Vaughn could eat well as a rookie. And then Justin Jefferson, we discussed how he could do really well this year. So I like that. I feel like it balances out the A.J. Green thing, being old and injury prone, and he's young and hungry. So, yeah, I think it's a good balance. I was saying Henry Ruggs are considered there. Ruggs, Jeudy, Rager all are in the mix. But Ruggs, I mean, the latest news has been favorable to him, being that Hunter Renfrow is likely going to start the year on the bench, that Ruggs is likely going to start in the slot, along with Tyrell Williams and Bryan Edwards going to be outside. So it's probably going to be two rookies there in the lineup. And I think Ruggs will do well, but it's just, I don't know, that offense scares me, man. It's going to be a run-first offense there with John Gruden and then Josh Jacobs at anchor. I don't know. Ruggs scares me a bit. He definitely has upside, though.
That's another person that just got auto-picked that I was going to pick.
Yeah, Emmanuel Sanders. Yeah, that would have been a good pick for you there. And then, yeah, Judy. I mean, yeah, these are all good, all these rookies. But, I mean, guys like Crowder, Emmanuel Sanders are all pretty good values, too, at this point. Let's see. Boston Scott Goose, not a bad pick, I believe. Oh, Chad's back, it looks like. He's got his green dot. That's good. All right, so hopefully he gets his pick in. And, yep, there we go. Anthony McFarland. All right, you're up.
Anthony McFarland.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad pick. I mean, it's good Connor insurance, but
so I
don't know. Like, as an RB4, it's kind of
Chase
scary.
Edmonds at this point is my RB5. He's a guy that could take over that running backfield if Kenyon Drake would have,
All right, yeah.
He's not someone I'm banking on taking over, but it's possible.
For sure.
And then I'm going to go with another guy that I think is being slept on way too much.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one.
Kirk, absolutely.
I got to say, I like that one. I'm not a huge fan of the Edmonds pick, but I do like the Kirk pick followed. I feel like it's a... the Edmonds, I just feel like, I don't know, even if, if something happens to Drake, he could eat, but they also drafted that guy, Benjamin. It could end up a committee. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as an RB5, it's not bad. But yeah, Christian Kirk, man, great value pick as a WR4. I believe I have him in the IG Experts League. I think I have him and Jarvis. So I'm definitely on board with those
that
two.
Chance guy is not back. He just got all picked again.
And, he was back he made sure he got his Anthony McFarland, and then he gets autoed Mike Williams, who's not bad, but around 11, it's not a very exciting pick. I probably would have gone with somebody with a little bit more upside, because, Christian Kirk, the good thing with Christian Kirk compared to Mike Williams, Christian Kirk has that target share, and he's in a way better situation. So I definitely, I think the Christian Kirk pick was good. Some people are saying, he's not gonna do well as a second banana to Hopkins, but I actually think Hopkins will help him. I really do. I think Kirk will do very well in that B role, because I don't think Fitzgerald's going to do all that much being how old he is. I think he's kind of there more as like a leader, mentor. I don't think he's going to see the target share he normally does. I think it's going to be, of course, Hopkins is going to eat well, and then Kirk, I think, will eat pretty well opposite him.
So we have our first kicker and our first defense.
Yeah, first defense, round 11. Yikes. Yeah, it's just, defense I can make, but, come on. We still got a big chunk of the draft left. Don't even consider defense and kickers around 13 and 14. And that's if you really like them. I don't even consider them around 15 or 16.
Yep.
And let's see, Sony Michel and Damian Harris get picked.
There's another kicker.
Both of those. I know it's round 11, but with the Lamar Miller signing, that's just going to be an ugly committee. So I suggest staying away from all Patriots running backs not named James White, because James White's basically a slot receiver.
Right.
And then we got a lot of weird picks. Darrell Williams. Come on. Clyde's handcuff I think would be like DeAndre Washington or Darwin Thompson, not Darrell Williams. I don't. And then AJ Dillon, that's solid. I feel like because he could pop off if something would happen to Jones. And then there goes Washington, and Darrell Williams.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, y'all can have that crap. Because I think if something happens to Clyde, it's going to end up in ugly committee.
Yeah.
And there goes Lamar Miller. Man, this is insane. 5 of the picks in this round have been either Patriots running backs or Chiefs running backs.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's really odd. So let's see. Hopefully that means some good stuff's about to fall to me here with this 11-12 turn. Because we've got, we still need our tight end. And guess what? I'm glad I did what I did, because guess what? Not a single tight end has been selected. So I think, okay, good. I was about to say, I'm getting my man Mike Gesicki here for sure. I feel like Gesicki got a lot of upside and also a lot of security. I think he's got a safe floor with a high ceiling. I'm on board as Hooper. Hooper I could have maybe gone with, but his upside's capped with Odell and Jarvis there. Noah Fant, I feel like still a little bit raw. And I think we could go with another receiver here. God dang it, this pressure cooker, man. I didn't even get to scan the board because I had the board up there. God dang it, man. This is tough. I guess we'll go here. We'll go with a safe, secure guy. Let's go with a safe slot guy. Anthony Miller. I'll go with a safe, secure. Anthony Miller here. I almost went over the Brandon Ayuk. I feel like could do well, but I mean I think Debo will be back eventually, and we just took a rookie there in Justin Jefferson. So let's secure us a guy with a little more experience there. Anthony Miller, as Fantasy Couch called him, A Millie. He was really hoping to get him in the IG expert draft. He's like, do the A Millie. He's doing his little dance, and he got sniped. And we saw a rare flash out from Couch. He got really upset when Miller got picked. And let's see, another defense, really, y'all. Now, I put defense in there as like a trap. I was like, let's see who's going to bite on defenses. And, man, not to pick on Piggy. I love Piggy, but, man, he bit on a kicker and a defense. Like, come on.
Man, that is rough.
Yeah. It's like, it's one thing to fall in one of the traps, but he literally fell in both. Like,
yeah, I'm good on that.
yeah, I mean, that's why I put him there for a reason, because, I mean, in real life, I mean, more times than not, defense and kicker is going to be a factor. And so, I mean, a lot of times in real life drafts, they'll usually go. And, man, I was about to say, I love Mims this year, but not anymore, honestly.
Really?
Pulled his hamstring in practice today.
Okay.
And I talked to my man Fantasy Docs, and he told me, like, yep, it's probably going to just be it's just going to be one of those nagging things probably all year for him, because it happened close to the season. He's going to be rushing back from it. He's not going to have probably the ample time to recover, and he'll probably end up I mean, I'm just not off his bandwagon. I mean, I'd still say if he would fall to like 13, 14 right here, I could consider him still. But now I used to say to people, tell him, oh, draft round 11, 12. Now I can't even say that because I'm nervous, man. That hamstring. I'm no longer like a Mims like hype man. I still like Mims, but I'm no longer on his hype train anymore after that hamstring pull. And they say it's worse than like Frank Gore. They said was like nursing a generic hamstring soreness type deal, but Mims actually injured his while running. And that's never good. If you injure it while running, that's the absolute worst. And so I'm not sure what grade strain it is, but it's definitely not like a small injury. It's a pretty significant injury. And so because of that, I'm definitely giving Mims a stock down. As much as I hate to do it. I mean, I'm a Mims truther. I'd still be all in on him in Dynasty. But for redraft, I'm gonna have to say don't touch him until near the end of the draft.
Another kicker.
Yep, Harrison, the butt kicker, Harrison Butker goes. I mean, he's arguably the best kicker in the league. But I mean, still, y'all, I'm telling y'all, don't take any defense, special teams, any of that in the top 12 rounds. I mean, Value Town. He calls himself Value Town, but that's not good value. What are you doing, man? You could get you some receiver depth and another defense. Goodness gracious, man. These guys are, oh, no, Josh. Why'd you have to do me like that? I just posted about this man right here, Perry Campbell.
Yeah,
my man Paris Campbell. And I almost took him at 12-1, but I was like, man, I feel a little better about Miller.
No lie, I was actually kind of salty that you posted about him because he has been flying so far under the radar.
Yep, good pick, man.
For this entire offseason.
Sir.
And he's one of my sleepers. And I was like, dang it, Spence. You just made a post about him that everyone's going to read.
I'm going to put
everyone's going to love him now, and they're going to pick. I'm honestly surprised he waited this long to get picked.
Yeah, I almost took him. Let me put him here at 12, but I was like, man, I mean, Anthony Miller, I mean, I feel like it's a little more safe, a little safer, because, I mean, Paris Campbell, he's still kind of a wild card being that Phillip Rivers had, but I think Phillip Rivers is going to mesh well with him. That's the thing. I mean, it's somewhat risky because, I mean, you never know how a young guy is going to do with a new QB. But I tell you what, I think Rivers is a huge upgrade for him over Jacoby Brissett. And he's going to be playing that slot role, which, I mean, we know how Phillip Rivers loves the slot.
Yep.
So, I mean, with Keenan Allen with the Chargers. So, I mean, I think Paris Campbell, if everything breaks right for him, which I think it will, because, I mean, I have a feeling by week 5 or 6, T.Y. Hilton's going to be sidelined with some sort of soft tissue issue. And so with that, that's going to mean Paris Campbell is going to get peppered with targets. And, I mean, I think he's going to – I think he could be the steal of the draft. I really do. I mean, he's in the perfect situation, I feel like, in Indy. I mean, they're not a heavy passing team, but, I mean, they're going to throw enough to where somebody's going to eat there. And I'm not a huge Michael Pittman believer. I'd say I'd go with Paris Campbell any day over Michael Pittman, because I feel like – I mean, Pittman is just – he's going to be an outside guy. Rivers doesn't usually mesh well with young outside receivers. But I think a young slot guy like Paris Campbell, I think that's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I do like Michael Pittman a little bit, but I like Paris Campbell a lot more. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, good value. Yeah, let's see. Danny Dimes. Okay, yeah, I was about to say a lot of quarterbacks going. I like Danny Dimes. I kind of Yeah, it was a good move by you because you kind of sparked the QB run there. Big Ben goes, Cam Newton, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff. Shoot, I might just secure my backup QB. Although I do have Kyler, so I probably won't worry about that too much because none of the guys available.
Yeah, I
really
kind of had to because I
catching
waited
my
a little,
attention there.
I waited a little longer to pick, and as much as I do like Josh Allen, he is a little bit of a risk. There's a risk value. You know, he's a runner, and runners tend to get injured a little bit more frequently. So I want to be safe and get my backup quarterback. I didn't really like the value of a lot of other players, position players. So figure why not go ahead and secure that backup quarterback. And I love me some Danny Dimes. So
Yeah, same. I mean, we both were high on Dimes last episode. So yeah, I think that was a good value pick there. All right, let's see here. Round 13. I think we've got 5 and 5, but we might as well keep stacking the depth up here. I'm trying to see what's left. I tell y'all what. I'm not. This might be a bit of a swing for the fences, but I think it could pay off because he's been talked up a lot, and with Geis going, there's going to be opportunities in that Washington backfield. I'm going to go with Bryce Love. Here. I think Love was somebody I was kind of thinking could break out last year, but he got injured, and so that, of course, that all went to crap. But I mean, I think Bryce Love is a pretty slept on guy there, especially with, I mean, everyone's saying Antonio Gibson, but I mean, Bryce Love could pop off. And then do we go back up tight end? I'm kind of tempted to go back up tight end. I think, because we talk about Noah Fant. I think I'll go with Noah Fant. So we'll have the safety of Gesicki and the upside of Fant. I feel like Fant in round 14 was just too good to pass up.
You just hurt my heart.
Yo, you did it to me with Paris.
I had him queued up, man. Oh, and then Jonathan Smith just went, oh, man. Y'all really hurt my heart right now, man.
Yeah, your tight end, too, might be kind of rough. I mean, the Hawk's still there. I wouldn't have minded him.
That's the one I'm putting on.
Yeah, but we may have sparked a run. There's a good chance he might get scooped up here. Yep. Man, the quarterback, sure enough. It was like Beetlejuice.
Y'all killing me, man.
Yep, and we're in the home stretch here.
I still have 2 guys. I mean, I still have 3 guys that I'd be okay with having as my. Did they just take one of them? I think they just took one of them.
They took Ebron there, yep.
And he might not.
Oh, they took Minshew. No. The Minshew mania. Damn it. I was really hoping for him as my QB2. Yeah, now my QB2 is going to be absolute dog shit because, I mean, without Minshew, I usually always bank on him because I feel like he always gets slept on. But, I mean, who is this? Run out the clock. Good job running out the clock.
I will say, you still have some upside guys.
They still have some
there. Baker
Mayfield. We talked. He's gonna be checked on Charlie, and he doesn't run. He is not gonna do good this year.
Baker still has weapons galore. If Baker doesn't get it done this year,
throw
in the towel.
Yeah,
get rid of him. But I'm giving him one more chance. You still have Drew Lock there, who I still like, especially as a backup.
Yeah, I could do Drew Lock. Maybe he'll fall. But
and then here's the deal: Kirk Cousins, man. People can say whatever they want about Kirk Cousins, but the fact that there's going to be no fans in these stadiums, and Kirk Cousins,
I think that's going to help him, because he usually cracks under pressure. So
there's no pressure. There's no pressure.
No fans. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, Kirk Cousins could actually do well.
Okay, so
you're up, man.
So I have 3 picks left. So I have these 2, and then I have my last pick, which is going to be my kicker. So I'm definitely going to be taking a defense here.
He's going defense. He's going to fall on the pit holes.
I'm going to take a pretty safe defense. That's still there. But I do want my backup tight end secured. So I'm going to go
Pressure cooker. Got it in Jack Doyle. That's solid. Solid. I was thinking about that last night. I was like, as much as I like Paris Campbell, I also think Jack Doyle could do well. Yeah. Again, he's another safety blanket for Phillip Rivers. Getting up in age, he's going to be checking down. I feel like Jack Doyle.
Yeah, so I couldn't see my timer. I had to look on there and see that I had 1 second left.
Yep, and then Da Bears. Round 15 for a top 5 defense, I can't complain about. Again, I'm just an advocate for stacking the depth, but I mean, hey, I can't really complain about this. As much as I've been clowning people about defenses, I gotta say, I would much prefer this than like the Ravens, Bills, Steelers, 49ers, because they took them in the first 12 rounds. You got the Bears in round 15. That's much better value.
Yep.
And then more tight ends go Blake Jarwin, Dallas Goedert. Man, I'm glad I got Fant because tight ends are flying off the board. I guess people are seeing how to. Man, the receivers, no one's taken a receiver in a long time. I'll probably give me a WR6 here. They still got some decent guys left.
There's some decent guys, but man, it's a little rough.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
a
It
little
is
rough.
getting rough, but I mean, it's a WR6. Like, I mean,
Yeah, oh yeah.
and then in round 16, we'll see. Maybe go because they have a couple kickers that I like. If one of the kickers that I likes is still there, I'll go kicker. But if not, we'll probably go back up QB. We'll just have to see how it goes. There
I
goes
thought
Greg
about
the leg. It's like, oh, Drew Lock. Yeah, we might have to go kicker because they still have some kickers I like. And I tell you what, I normally say don't even mess with defense and kicker, but sometimes if everything's picked clean, like if there's really no quarterback depth to speak of, you might as well just go, oh, my man went Will Lutz. Damn it, Will Clutch, I call him. He's so clutch. I mean, he is so good. I mean, he plays on the elite Saints
I thought about
offense.
taking
like,
him
man.
instead of Jack Doyle, instead of taking a backup tight end, but
I think he did well with Doyle. Because, I mean, as good as Lutz is, I mean, let's face it. I mean, how much better is he than just your waiver wire kicker? Like, it's not that big of a difference, I don't feel like. So, I think he did well.
For me, it's the fact that he's on an offense that I know is going to score points, and that to me is what separates a lot of kickers. Is that you can pick a kicker that can give you 10 points any given week, but to have a kicker that you know is going to score at least like 7, 8 every week because you know that offense is going to put up points. Whereas instead of having a kicker where they might give you 10, but they also might give you 0 because their offense sucks. Like that kind of does separate a little bit for me. I'm definitely not opposed to picking a kicker in the last 2 rounds, especially if it's Kansas City's kicker, New Orleans. The Ravens, teams like that, I'm perfectly fine with taking their kickers because I know they're going to give me points every week. Those offenses are not going to be shut out pretty much any week. I would imagine. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
For sure, yeah. And here I was just kind of talking down on Pittman, but I actually got him at a steal value here, so I had to go with Pittman because I mean when T.Y. Hilton inevitably goes down, I think Pittman's gonna get a good amount of looks there. I prefer Paris, but I mean I think Pittman's gonna be just fine. And to cap this thing off, let's see who we're gonna go with. I guess we'll go with just because it's just kind of out of pettiness here. I can't stand Baker Mayfield, so we're gonna go with Sam Darnold here. It's like to me, it's like splitting hairs between him and Baker. A lot of people have been like, "Oh, you should have gone Baker," but it's just or Kirk. Yeah, Kirk could have been decent, or Jimmy G. But I feel like Darnold's gonna have a solid year this year. I mean, and he's a 16th round pick. So I mean, if he stinks, whatever, I just drop him for somebody else. Right. It wasn't really a big deal. So yeah, that's it. No defense, no kicker. Oh yeah. And for those of y'all wondering, like, well, what about week 1? What about when week 1 rolls around? Well, when week 1 does roll around, you'll just have to cut bait with some of these guys. Let's just say odds are one of these guys is going to get injured. And I'm just going to pick on Bryce Love because he's been injured before. All right, so Bryce Love gets injured, drop Bryce Love, and then who else are you going to drop? Well, probably Sam Darnold because, I mean, let's just face it, he's not that good. So drop Sam Darnold, drop Bryce Love, then you've got your defense and kicker, and then you're ready to roll week 1.
So in an absolute steal, someone just took Antonio Brown.
Thought he retired.
He did. That's why I just did.
No, I say this, T. Higgins at 16-7 is a good pick, yeah. And I don't know, I probably should have, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably could have gone him over Sam Darnold. I don't know. I probably after this draft, if this was a real league, I'd probably immediately drop Darnold to the wire. After that, I'm seeing ghost game. It's just hard for me to trust him. And he doesn't run.
I would have even thought about taking Tua right there if I were you. We know Tua's going to take over that offense.
Yeah, it's just I couldn't keep him though. I wouldn't be able to hold on to him though, because I mean for my defense and kicker,
Oh yeah. You're right.
And in the off chance, I'm not trying to like put bad juju, but in the off chance something would happen to Kyler Murray, then my team would be totally screwed. But I mean, I'd at least have a starting quarterback. Right. Where Tua, then I'd literally have nothing. But then I'd have to go waiver wire search, and it would not be pretty.
I think these next 2 picks are gonna be auto picks.
And we might as well just cap it off here. And so maybe we can kind of review the teams a little bit here to kind of cap it off. So we could do that here real quick. So let's we can just start with mine, I guess.
I can't actually see when it's my pick.
So we've got you want to finish for your pick? Well, we'll do it to where when it just let me know when it's you, and then we'll.
Well, I don't know when it's me. I can't see the bottom of the screen on here.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Well, we can just start with you.
Oh, it's on me right now.
Yeah, go. All right, so just cap it. Go for it.
Oh, they took the kicker action point, which sucks. I'll go ahead.
Who's
and
mystery relevant?
I'll take Fairbairn, however you say his name.
Fairbairn.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's solid. And the offense is solid. Yep,
Okay,
yep.
so now we're good.
Okay, all right. So let's review these things real quick. 'Cause, yeah, we're running pretty long here, but let's review them real quick. Let's see. Go with my man Josh, aka White Chocolate. Going with all right. Let's see. Saquon, Chris Carson, Kenny Galladay, Keenan Allen, Kareem Hunt, Matt Breida, Jarvis Landry, Josh Allen, Jared Cook, Chase Edmonds, Christian Kirk, Paris Campbell, Sniper, Daniel Jones, Jack Doyle, Chicago Bears, Kaimi Fairbairn. All right, so he did go with defense and kicker, but he waited late, so that was good. And he has 2 decent tight ends, 2 solid QBs, receiver depth solid. I feel like running backs pretty good overall. I feel like this is a solid squad, man. I think he did well. I mean, and I'm sure you'll agree. That's your squad.
I mean, I feel good about it. Well, and I'm honest with myself. If I feel like I didn't draft well, or if I didn't get the players that I specifically wanted, I'll admit it. I'm pretty happy with this team. I agree with you a little bit with Carson. It's not ideal that I wanted him right there. But with what was left over, he's kind of who I wanted. Again, it was either him or Gordon. I like my wide receivers. I like my running backs. Josh Allen. I mean, I like Josh Allen, so I'm hoping that he would be something, really, really good. I like Jared Cook. Chase Edmonds is a dart at the darting board, but it is what it is. I love my back-to-back Christian Kirk and Paris Campbell picks. And I'm in love with my defense and kicker like always. So, so I'm happy with this team.
Oh, sure. Yeah, solid squad,
I would take
man.
this team.
Solid squad. I would say if we do out of 10, I'd say it's an 8 out of 10. It's solid. I like it.
I'll take that.
All right, Chad up next. He had a few autos in his, but I think overall he drafted most of it. So he does 3-headed monster, CMC, Fournette, Connor. Then goes Metcalf, Chark, Hilton, Darren Waller, Aaron Rodgers, Marvin Jones, Anthony McFarland, Mike Williams, Buffalo, Big Ben, Devonta Freeman, Blake Jarwin, Zane Gonzalez. See, I don't really like how he did the end part. I mean, I feel like he started off pretty well. CMC, Leonard, and Connor, Ed, and then, I mean, his receiving core is okay, but it's nothing special. And then he's got Waller and Rodgers, Marvin. I don't know. This team just doesn't do it for me, man.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, mainly because Aaron Rodgers is your one. I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers being a quarterback 1 this year. I do like the 3-headed monster, even though I don't know how I feel about James Conner this year.
And he's got McFarland. I mean, so it's not bad, probably, but it's just everything else about it just screams average. I'd probably say 5 out of 10. It's just not to me, not that great.
Yeah.
All right, Value Town up next. Zeke Elliott, Lamar Jackson, Kittle, Taylor, Mostert, Diggs, Boyd, Deontay Johnson, Darius Slate. Man, I like what he did there in the mid rounds. Yep, he got good value at receiver. And Boston Scott,
I'm not a big fan
defense
of
and kicker. Yeah, I don't really like how he did that early, as we referenced earlier. And Preston Williams, Chris Thompson, Dallas Goedert, Darrington Evans. Okay, I mean it's not bad. I feel like his running backs are a little shaky. Taylor, Mostert, Scott, and Thompson. It's a little shaky. I feel like the receivers, even though he waited on them, are good. And, of course, Jackson and Kittle are going to be studs. And then he'll be set at defense and kicker. But, I mean, overall it's solid. I'd probably give it...
I personally would give it a 6.5.
Yep, I was about to say 6 to a 7. Yep, 6.5.
Yeah.
Yep.
If his running backs were better, this team could be a solid. It could push 8. Honestly, it really. Could.
It's not.
But
bad.
his running backs are to me they're iffy, and I won't ever give a team above a 7 if I don't like their running backs. That's
exactly. Yep, I agree. 6.5. So Zach was mainly auto pick.
Speaking of running backs,
and he said this is what auto pick will do to you, folks. You will be screwed. This team is garbage.
Yeah.
Auto pick. He did this man dirty. 0 out of 10. Next, run out the clock.
It's not 0.
Boy, he didn't pick any of his picks.
I know,
it's a auto.
Look,
I'm not even going to give that crap a grade.
I mean, look, here's the deal.
I did give it a grade. I gave it a 0.
Here's the deal. You got Patrick and Travis. You know what they're going to give you. You have Michael Thomas and Robert Woods. I'm liking that wide receiver. His running backs suck. Let's not get it twisted. So I wouldn't give it above a 3, but I'm going to give it a 3 because the combination of Pat, Travis, Michael Thomas, and Robert Woods, they can win you a couple
I was about to say, if he would have drafted this
weeks.
himself and he was like kind of like a new guy or whatever, I could give him a little something. But I mean, he didn't even show up. So if you don't show up, you're not getting a grade. That's just how I feel.
All right, well, if that's the case, then all right, then that's fine.
Run out the clock. Shout out to him, one of our breaking the bank experts. Let's see, you got Dalvin Cook, Chris Godwin, Lev Bell, OBJ, Andrews, Russ, Howard, Cook, CD, D. Henderson, Damian Harris, Hooper, Tate. Man, he sniped me there. I wanted Minshew, damn it. Greg Zerline and Sammy Watkins. Okay, all right.
No defense, 0 out of 10. No,
I was like, that's smart man for not taking a defense. I mean, it's overall pretty good.
I'm not a big fan of Le'Veon.
Yeah, or Odell. Yeah, I mean, this one's all right. I'd probably say it's above average. I'd probably say 6 out of 10.
6 is fine.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I would have gone in a different direction.
He could have had a better
Levin Odell, that combo scares me. All right, Post Maloney up next. We got Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Ty Gurley, three-headed monster again. Adam Thielen, Scary Terry, Watson, Gallup, Ingram, AP, Carry-On, Steelers, Ayuk, Lazard, Ebron, Drew Lock, T. Higgins. All right. I got to give it to Post. That was not a bad squad. I mean, I say it's three-headed monster. I mean, I like his front two a lot. His third isn't that great, but Gurley is a third isn't bad. His receivers, though, are kind of sus. I mean, Thielen, McLaurin, Gallup, Ayuk, Lazard, Higgins. I mean, it isn't horrible, though. And then he's got Watson and Ingram, who I don't mind. I mean, I actually like them as a quarterback tight end do. I mean, this is a solid squad. I feel like I would say this. I'd say it's I'd say it's a 7. I think it's a solid 7.
For this team,
it's a little better than Value Town, who we gave a 6.5 because he actually has good running backs.
So for this team, I'm a little disappointed because
I thought he started off so well. He could have been the way he started like an 8 or 9, but yeah, he kind of dropped the ball.
I thought he had the best first two picks out of the first 2 rounds. I thought he had the best start. Todd Gurley is where it kind of dropped off a little bit because I would have much rather Melvin Gordon and David Johnson. I did like that he went for 3 running backs. I just wish he would have picked, in my opinion, someone better. His wide receiver, I still like Thielen as a 1. I'm perfectly fine with that, especially in the 4th round. Scary Terry, we'll see. Deshaun Watson, I like Deshaun Watson. I would have rather Russell Wilson a little bit more. So, I would give this team a 6.5 too. I think it's around the same as that other team.
Yeah, I give him a slightly higher 7. But overall though, not could have done better.
Had more potential.
Not bad though. Not bad. It started off really well. All right, JP up next. Oh, Clyde, come on, JP. Man. What are you doing? What are you doing, JP? That's always a theme of JP's team. Just what are you doing?
His wide receivers are nasty.
Yeah. Hopkins, Evans, yep. And then I guess he felt bad about Clyde, and then he goes with a bunch of running backs: Ingram, Swift, Dobbins, Antonio Gibson. Yeah, that's
too many.
I know, right? He's like fantasy rapper. That's too much. And he's got Brady, Henry, Judy, Darrell Williams, like what? N'Keal Harry, Cam Newton, Raquel Armstead.
This is a 5.
Seahawks defense. What are you doing? Yeah, I was going to maybe give him a 6, but this pisses me off. Why would you even waste a pick? I mean, you might as well pick the kicker.
We honestly should give you a 4 for picking
AB, the kicker. I was going to say, I'll give him a 5 just because, he started off fairly well, but
your wide receivers is what saves you.
He's not making the playoffs, though. He's average, but he's not making the playoffs, JP. You can forget it. He just did a lot of stupid stuff. I keep it real, man. That's all I can do. All right. Will up next. So you got Josh Jacobs, Julio, DJ, AJ Brown. That's a solid core 4.
Yeah,
Cam Akers, Devontae Parker, Tyler Higbee, Drew Brees, Lat Murray, Henry Ruggs, good value. A.J. Dillon, Denzel Mims, Joe Burrow, T.J. Hawkinson, Will Lutz, Cowboys defense. All right. Overall, not bad. I will say Mims, with the hamstring, makes me nervous. Ruggs is a good value. Higbee, I love Higbee, but I feel like this is a bit of a reach. He did get Breeze at a good value. If you swap those, they look a little better. And then, Cam Akers, because I will like Swift. He probably would have gone Swift, but he goes Akers instead. Akers scared me because of that Sean McVay committee. But, his front 4 are really good.
I just think both of his starting running backs. I do like Josh Jacobs, but
I love Jacobs.
I think there was better value than for both of his running backs. So I would have taken. I'd take Eckler before I would take Jacobs, and then I would take Melvin Gordon before I would take David Johnson. So for me, they're not bad picks. It's just that for me personally, there was a little bit better value at both pick. If you're going to pick a running back, you could have picked somebody a little bit better at both picks, but they're not bad picks. This is not a bad team at all. I'd honestly give it a 6.5 to a 7.
Okay, about the same as Post. I'll give it a 7. Yeah, I feel like it's a playoff team if everything breaks. If most of the things break, right? Team. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, solid job there.
Next team, I know you're going to like this next
team.
For
you! Up next, shout out to him, another breaking the bank guy. And let's see,
I like his wide receivers, man.
Oh, yeah, I do. I'll give him that,
but
I don't like his backs, though. Damn, dude. That's like Miles Miles Sanders, Kenyon Drake, Rojo, Pollard, Washington. Man, that backfield to me is just empty. I don't like that at all. I mean, Sanders and Drake, as much as I don't like them, it's not bad. But I mean, this is what really scared me. It's got no depth. Yeah. I mean, if one of these two goes down, who's he gonna plug in?
Yeah, you're gonna get a solid 5.5 from me, man.
And then he has no quarterbacks, really. I mean, Goff and Bridgewater. I mean, I get it, wait on a QB, but he didn't really capitalize on that because, I mean, he didn't get good value in any of these rounds. And he reaches on Gronk. This to me is just a flat 5. I mean, this team is just
Goff could be good
not
value,
that good in my book. I mean, I'm no disrespect to FF4U. I know he's a grinder doing his thing, but yeah, I don't think things fell his way in this draft. I think if he had a do-over, he'd probably take it because I don't not really a huge fan of the squad. I mean, his front four, I gotta say, not bad, but then it just kind of went off the rails from there. I feel like, as much as I don't like Drake and Sanders, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it's these mid rounds. I don't like that at all. Piggy up next. Look what Piggy did. I think he got in the room late, so he ended up autoed there, Adams and Hill, and then he goes Juju at a three-headed monster receiver
in the 10th round. I'll say that.
He got Montgomery, Zach Ertz, James White, Phillip Lindsay, Matt Ryan, Mecole Hardman, Tucker, Lamar Miller, 49ers, Hyde, Tannehill, Shepard, Jerick McKinnon. Yeah, Piggy. I mean, he just got off to a bad start right off the bat by getting stuck with back-to-back receivers.
But he chose Juju. He picked Juju.
Yeah, he could have had Gordon. I mean,
you made that mistake, dog. Like, you could have had Cooper Kupp. You could have DJ Moore. You could have Melvin Gordon. No,
yeah, it's like he just got he got thrown off. I think it was like, who was it, a run out the clock saying like a panic pick? Yeah, I think Piggy got in that same boat. It was like a panic pick, and dude,
I'm giving this team, honestly, bro, like, I mean, Devontae.
Yeah, auto invested is probably like below average, probably like a 4.
Yeah, I was thinking,
no disrespect to Piggy, but this did not turn out well.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say yeah.
All right, let's see what the Limelight's got cooking up. Let's see, he's another one.
He had a good start.
Let's see, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper, Devin Singletary, Dak. Yeah, that's solid. Aiden Hurst, Julian Edelman, Zach Moss, Jamison Crowder, Carson Wentz, John Brown, Naheem Hines, Jonnu Smith, defense kicker.
It's a pretty good team.
Yeah, he waited till 15-16 for defense kicker. If you're going to do it, you might as well wait. And then he got the Falcons kicker and Tampa's defense. And I like Jonnu there. That's good value. Then he's got he got Moss with Singletary, decent running backs, decent receiving core. Didn't take any young receivers though. I would have wanted at least young.
Yeah, he kind of messed up in those late rounds.
I mean, Edelman and Crowder okay, but John Brown, like, I don't agree. But I mean that's his preference. Maybe he just wanted all veteran receivers, but I like to go with at least 1 or 2 young receivers. That's just me.
Yeah, he could have at least had an 8 if he would have taken. Because I agree with you. If he had taken some young receivers, he could have.
I'll give him a 7.5. Yeah. I feel like it's not quite an 8 because of some of the depth. I mean, it's a good team though. It's definitely a playoff team. 7.5. Solid job, Limelight. And now myself up next. Let's see what
I feel like we're giving our teams the best 2.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we like our how we draft. But I give myself harsh grades. The other night on Mock Draft Monday, I had to give myself like a 5.5 because I did not like it. I did a huge experiment that blew up in my face. But I gotta say, this team, I feel like I knocked it out of the park. I mean, it's 3-headed monster. Henry, really Eckler, Gordon, man. Boom. Then DJ Moore, Sutton, Kyler, boom. Then we got AJ Green and Tevin Coleman. Not sexy picks, but we complemented that with a couple of high upside rookies, Keyshawn Vaughn and Justin Jefferson. I feel like they balance out. And we got Gesicki, a bargain at tight end, Anthony Miller, Bryce Love, who could pop off as a late round sleeper, Noah Fant, who's like kind of like another compliment to Gesicki. He's like a possession guy. Fant's the upside guy. And then Pittman, I felt like was just too good to pass up here. I wanted Campbell here. I love Paris Campbell. But, I mean, hey, Pittman isn't bad either. And then this, I might have to give myself a slight down. I wish I wouldn't have gone stupid Sam Darnold.
So the only
But, I mean, I can just drop him immediately to the wire and pick up a defense or a kicker because I didn't go either defense or kicker. So I probably dropped Darnold for one of them.
The only three picks I didn't like were I wasn't a big fan of the Tevin Coleman, Keyshawn Vaughn picks.
Yeah.
I thought there was a little bit better value, just in my opinion. I would rather like Latavius Murray over Keyshawn Vaughn, right?
I think Murray was gone though. Yep.
Was he?
I guess I could have gone him over Coleman, but
okay.
I don't know.
Then
I felt like Coleman had a little more secure role.
But yeah, Sam Dawn, I wasn't a big fan of that one either.
Yeah, I'm not either now that I look on it, but I mean, I think it's a
yeah,
decent...
I mean, your team is still ridiculous because your first 5 to 6 picks are ridiculous. So,
yeah.
I mean, just that alone is going to give you a high grade. I mean, I'm honestly putting it up there with mine. I think our two teams would battle each other for
Yeah, we got some
good
nice
games.
teams. Yeah, was it a solid 8.5?
You want to get that 0.5 in there?
I mean, I really like this team. I mean, all right, fine. I'll take the 0.5 off because I screwed up around 16.
Yeah, bro, you can't be screwing up them rounds.
Oh, well.
No
But yeah,
defense,
that's
0 out of 10. I told you that already.
But that's the thing, though, y'all. Don't panic if you do screw up round 16, because guess what? The waiver will be open in 2 days. Yep. Drop him and then get your defense or kicker.
It was a fun draft, though.
But yeah, it really was, y'all. It really was.
I'd like to see how much different it would have gone if we wouldn't have had as much auto picks as we did. But
yeah, it wasn't too bad on auto picks. I mean, it was only one guy was fully autoed, and then a couple other guys were like
sprinkled in there.
Yeah, I was saying, overall good turnout. Shout out to everyone at Guru Nation that did this with us. We had a lot of fun. Really appreciate everyone breaking the bank, guys. Our War Room members, everybody. Really appreciate y'all that it supports us and keeps this thing going. So, all right. Well, I think we've done all the damage we can do. So I think we're gonna wrap this thing up, y'all. So, all right. For my co-host Josh and Spencer the Guru.
That's it.
Signing off. Y'all have a good one. Catch y'all later.